So the very first thing I'm going to be doing on Lauren's skin is just applying some primer. I use this on most of my clients that want their makeup to last like all day and all night, because this primer has glycerin in it, and that's like the main ingredient that makes like your makeup stick like to your face, obviously. And this primer is just so good. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely try it out because it's so handy and it works amazing, and it just makes your skin feel so smooth and hydrated as well. And then I also wanted her skin to look quite dewy, so I'm taking this like illuminating product here from the Estee Edit, which is from Estee Lauder, and this is really good as well. Lauren would have quite dry skin as well, so that's why I'm using more like radiant and hydrating products on her skin as well. Normally to prime my clients' eyes I would use like a concealer or a primer, but today I'm using this Rimmel London concealer just because it creates like a really nice blank canvas before you apply your eyeshadow. As you can see, it just cancels out all the redness, it's really full coverage, but it also stops your eyeshadows from creasing, and it just makes everything pop as well. Like it really gets the eyeshadows really intense and stuff, obviously because you have like a clean base. So I'm just applying that on her eyelid and then just blending it out with my beauty blender, and then just setting it with some powder just to make sure that all the other colours that I apply blend really nicely. For the eyeshadow today, I'm taking my Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is one of my all-time favourite palettes. I'm sure you guys have heard me talk about it like a million times already. I love it so much. I'm taking this shade here called Burnt Orange and using this as the transition colour and just applying this through the crease. And then I'm taking the more like intense orange colour and then also applying that through the crease, and that just makes it more like smoky looking and a little bit more dramatic as well. I'm taking the shade Love Letter from this palette as well, and this is like a really nice pinky tone, and what I'm doing is applying this on the outer corner, and I pretty much use the same brush for this whole entire eye look because Lauren's like lid space is actually quite big, so I use like a big fluffy brush, and this actually worked really well for like pretty much every colour that I used. And I just really like using kind of like the same brush because you're able to really nicely blend in all the colours and stuff together. And then what I'm doing is taking a matte kind of medium tone brown and just applying that into the outer corner, and this again will just make it look a little bit more dramatic as well, because obviously Lauren did want something quite dramatic, so I'm doing that. And I'm also going to be applying like really flawless and full coverage skin as well, which will help to like really balance out the eyes and stuff. And then here I'm just taking a little bit of black eyeshadow and just applying this really lightly on the outer corner. Again, this will just make it more smoky and stuff like that. And then taking that concealer again, I'm using this to carve out like the first third of her eyelid. And I like to do this because it just really makes the inner corner pop. And what I did after this was apply like a white like ivory eyeshadow colour, and this just really made it really intense. And applying this, and then I also took like a pinky eyeshadow as well, and obviously because you have like the really clean base down, it just makes all the colours pop as well. And again, it just helps to prime the eyes and also stops any creasing as well. So I'm just blending that out with a little Real Techniques brush. Here I'm just going back in with the shade Love Letter and just further blending that into the primer thing that I used, the concealer from Rimmel. And again, as you can see, because we have that base down, you can really see the pinky colour, but I wanted to be a little bit more intense, so I took this here really nice I think it's actually a blusher from NYX, and I've used this in a tutorial before, and it's so intense and it's amazing. And because I kind of just blends it in with the darker colours and the lighter colours, you just seem to get like a little like pop of the pink in the centre, and I just think it looks really nice. And it's really easy way to kind of incorporate colour into your makeup look if you're a little bit scared to like use bright colours and stuff. I think it's just really nice to kind of blend a little bit through. And then as you can see here, I'm just applying this white kind of creamy eyeshadow into the inner corners and like on the first kind of portion of the eyelid, and this just really brightens the eyelid and again just makes it look more ombre and blended together. then here I'm just taking my favourite liquid liner, which is the NYX Liquid Liner, and normally I wouldn't do, like, it depends on the person's eye shape and like their eyelid and stuff like that, whether they have enough space or not, whether I would do like a really dramatic wing liner. Sometimes I would just do liquid liner on the lid and not do a wing, and then other times people wouldn't even want eyeliner, which is also really nice because sometimes eye makeup looks even look nicer without any eyeliner. But because Lauren has like a really nice eyelid space and her eyes are quite like elevated as it is, I thought it would be really nice to apply like a little wing on the outside, and Lauren also really likes wing liner too, so I just thought I would apply that, and because the eye look is quite dramatic, I just thought the wing liner would really tack together. And then here I'm taking my Illamasqua Skin Base Foundation, and again, as Lauren has more dry skin, this foundation is really good for people with drier skin. It's really hydrating, but it's really thick as well and provides amazing coverage. This one is in the shade 11.5. This is one of the shades that I use quite a lot on my clients as well, just because it's a really universal colour. And I also have the shade 14 as well, which sometimes I would mix in too. This one was perfect for her skin, and then I just blended it out with a flat top brush, I think it was from Sigma, and then I just further blended it with a little beauty blender. So to highlight and conceal under her eyes, I'm taking my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. Obviously she is wanting to go for a full coverage look, and this concealer is really thick and full coverage, and I just like using it in the lighter shade to highlight, and then also because it is concealer, you're also concealing the dark circles and any imperfections as well. But Lauren's skin was really nice anyway, so she could literally probably done with just like a little bit of like a lighter coverage foundation under her eyes. But this concealer is really good if you did have like darker like discoloration or anything under your eyes. It works really well. And then here I'm just kind of carving out the wing just to make it really sharp with a little Sigma flat top shader brush or something, I think it's called. And then here I'm just taking my foundation brush again just to blend everything really nicely into the skin. And then here I'm taking my RCMA No Colour Powder to bake under Lauren's eyes. Lauren doesn't normally bake, so I thought I would just show her like what I done whenever I baked on my clients. I wouldn't normally do this on all of my clients just because it is quite drying, just because you are like suffocating like your skin with powder. But Lauren really likes like a really highlighted look, so I just put like a lot of powder under her eyes, and also it ensures that your like makeup doesn't budge all day because you're obviously trapping it into your skin with like a lot of powder. But yeah, so obviously I would normally do that on all of my clients, but today I thought I would do it on Lauren because she really liked like the thought of baking and stuff. And then here I'm just using my Illamasqua Brow Cake in Thunder to do her brows. I love Lauren's brows, they're a really nice shape. And then here I'm just carving out with the Rimmel concealer again. I use that for like a lot of different things. I sometimes use it for like under eye concealer as well. It works amazingly. Mine is in the shade Porcelain, if anyone's wondering, by the way. This part here is the part that really makes the eyes look quite dramatic. So here I'm taking the Perversion 24/7 Glide On Pencil, I think it is, from Urban Decay. And I'm just applying it on the lower lash line first and blending it out with a little small pencil brush from Zoeva. And then I'm also applying it on the waterline just to really smoke it up as well. And Lauren was amazing at this because she has contact lenses in. She's always used to like touching her eyes and stuff, whereas some people are like really fidgety with this. But obviously because your eyes are so like sensitive and delicate anyway. But Lauren was just like, la da 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 da, I can do this. And then I'm just setting the rest of her skin with the Australis Fresh and Flawless Face Powder in Deepest Brown, I think it is. Under the eyes, I like to make like it quite balanced and make the under part of the eye quite smoky too, just because there is a lot going on the upper eyelid. I like to kind of balance it out and make the underneath part really smoky too. So here I'm just taking one of my favourite colours from MAC. This is in the shade Rural. I'm just applying this with a little fluffy brush. And then this part really made it really cool. Like, she loved this part. This is the Crimson, it's the one of the HD blushes from NYX. And I'm just applying that on top. And as you can see, paired with that MAC eyeshadow, it just looks so like, just looks like a sunset or something. Like, it looks amazing. And personally, I love that colour as well. And then here I'm just taking that medium brown shade again and just setting the like lower lash line just to make sure that the black colour doesn't smudge. And this literally stays intact all day. Like, people were saying whenever they get their makeup done by me, like their eye makeup especially lasts forever, and they need to like really like rub their eyes to get it off, which I suppose is a good thing, because obviously you want your makeup to last like forever. And then here I'm just applying some glitter into the inner corner. Lauren loves glitter, so I thought I might as well incorporate it into the inner corner. And I'm just using one from LIT Cosmetics. I can't remember the name of it, so I will have like all the information and products and stuff down below. So to contour her skin and to make it a little bit more warmer, I'm just applying my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit, and I'm just applying the 2 first shades just around the perimeter of her face, just to really shape her face and just to give it a little bit more warmth and colour as well. And then for blush, I'm taking this NYX blush in the shade Peach, I think it's called. I'm not completely sure. Again, I will have it down below. I wanted to use a more kind of neutral tone blush and similar to quite similar to her skin tone anyway, because I didn't want it to be really like pink as well, since the eyes were quite dramatic, and obviously because the lips were quite dramatic too. And then here I'm just applying the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood highlighter, which is so gorgeous on her skin because she's like quite like golden anyway. It just looks really pretty. And then for her lips, I'm taking the NYX lip liner in Prune, which is one of my personal favourites. I love this shade. It's kind of like a dark purpley colour, and it's a really good lip liner as well. And I'm just lining her lips with this, and then taking the Lime Crime Velveteen in the shade, what's it called again? Fetish. And I'm just putting that on her lips, and I thought it worked really well since the eyes were kind of like a purpley pink, and then of course the lips were like a purpley colour too. Obviously, if you don't want to like wear like daring lips and daring eyes, you can obviously go with like a nude lip, or you could obviously keep the eyes simple and wear like an even darker purple than this. But Lauren loves like everything dramatic, which I love as well, so I applied that onto her lips, and I love these lip products. They're amazing.